Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Gray's Mindset. The main focus of this podcast is to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and thus gain the ability to mold and reshape ourselves into whoever we want to be. I look forward to growing with you, and I really hope you enjoy the podcast.
What is anxiety? Anxiety is the mindset of worrying too much about a potential negative outcome. So how do we actually get anxiety? Anxiety comes from our thoughts. Worrying too much over time. Worrying too much over time will not only lead to anxiety, but it will amplify and magnify that feeling over time the longer you practice it. Anxiety is created by the mind, so the mind has to fix it. And you need to be the one to tell it to fix it. That is, you need to be the one to tell your mind to fix the problem. We need to understand the thoughts that are giving us anxiety, why they are there, and what purpose they actually serve. One helpful thing to do is to take notes. Find a nice quiet place where you feel you have a certain sense of inner peace. Spend some time with your thoughts. Any anxious thoughts that you can think of, write those down on paper and release them from your spirit, from your mind. Tell yourself, I release. The purpose of anxiety is really meant to keep us safe, but in today's times, it's really easy for it to be overused and abused. Here's some real life examples. I'm going to start with a proper way to use anxiety for your benefit. Let's say I'm driving in my car and I hit another car. Maybe because I was distracted looking at my phone, sending a text message. The next time I get in the car, I may feel a bit of anxiety. My safety was compromised. I'm going to feel that. I'm going to respond to that. So what I need to tell myself in this situation is this is my fault because I allowed myself to be in a position of where I'm operating a vehicle while being distracted at the same time while understanding the risks. So what am I going to do about it? I need to allow that anxiety to be present. The next time I get in that vehicle and even consider distracted driving. In that scenario, anxiety will be serving its purpose. It's going to be keeping me safe, and it's controlled and intentional. Okay, I'm going to give another example. Anxiety abuse. Let's say I'm a brand new driver. I'm about to drive a car. I'm about to learn. But I'm afraid. I have fear of the possibility that there could be an accident. What if somebody hits me? What if I hit somebody else? What if I don't understand a sign correctly? What if a meteor falls out of the sky and strikes my hood and I do a triple, quadruple spin over several other cars and land atop of a bridge or at the bottom of the bridge? What if the wind picks my car up and blows me off the bridge? I could go on and on, honestly, with possibilities. Anything can happen. And if you allow your mind to keep exploring this rabbit hole of potential negative outcomes, you're only going to be strengthening your anxiety response. Don't get me wrong, being safe is a wonderful thing. We all love to feel safe. We all want that security. So defaulting to this mindset makes a lot of sense in the moment. But when this is your foundational mindset and you allow it to keep you safe from everything, it will do just that. Good and bad. Keep you safe from experiences. Keep you safe from love. Keep you safe from driving. Keep you safe from everything to the best of your ability. Keep you safe from life. Is that what you want? If it is what you want, I support your decision. If that's what you need to be happy, I support that. But if that's not what you want, I'm here to help you see that there's a way out, or there's a different path to follow altogether if you're at the beginning of your journey. A good way to deal with anxiety is to understand it and be proactive with good preparation. Here's a free affirmation for you. This is a really good affirmation that I like to speak to myself and others with the hopes that it also gets into their heads as well. Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. There's good balance there. Now this statement isn't anything special, but with this affirmation, what you're actually saying is, I'm focusing on the best case scenario. This is what I want. So this is where I'm headed. This is the direction. This is the direction I'm walking towards. But you're also acknowledging that I see the possibility of this ulterior outcome. But because I'm not walking in that direction, I'm going to take precautions so that other outcome, that other potential outcome, isn't holding me back from walking the path that I need to be walking. If we're looking at anxiety as an ailment, then I would say affirmations are the cure. It will take quite a bit of time for these affirmations to take root in your mind. The older you are, the more time that this is going to take. The younger you are, the faster the process can be. A younger mind is a bit more malleable. A younger mind doesn't typically have so much that can't be deprioritized. But even for the older mind, it's still very doable, and it is very worth it. There are benefits to approaching this with an older mind. You understand the other side of the coin. You can appreciate peace because you know chaos. Those who started with a younger mind, yes, this is going to be a faster process of building, but they may never quite understand both sides of the coin to the extent the more experienced mind does. But older, younger, more experienced, less experienced, we need to be patient. And we need to have faith in the process. I want to talk about some ways, some really good ways to decompress. Some good ways to deal with anxiety when you're experiencing it is to take 6 deep breaths. Now let me explain the deep breaths. 6 deep breaths is enough to calm your nervous system and calm you down. However, these breaths aren't going to correct your thoughts that's giving you the anxiety to begin with. It's only a part of it. If you continue to think the thoughts that are giving you the anxiety, you're only going to rev yourself back up again. You're only going to bring that anxiety. You're only going to invite it back. You're like, hey, come back on in. The door's wide open for you. You got to be very intentional about what you want. If you're going to take the time to take these 6 deep breaths, I think that that is a good indication that you do not, in fact, want anxiety. I think that is a good indication that anxiety is not welcomed in this moment. And if that is the case, then you need to reject it. Listen to me. Now is not the time for me to feel this sense of anxiety. I don't need it right now. What I need to feel is this. Insert your emotion. Whether that's joyful, disciplined, just pick one. Insert your emotion. How do you need to feel in this moment? Focus on that feeling. Rejection and replacement. When I'm experiencing unwanted feelings, I tend to talk to myself a lot. I say, man, what am I really worried about? What is it that I'm actually concerned about right now that will help me in this situation? If there's not anything I can do to benefit what is ailing me, then I really need to be at peace with what's happening right now. There's nothing I can do about it. So it doesn't make sense for me to take years off of my life worrying about something that I have no control over right now. Another good question to ask yourself is, are you safe? It's like I said, the anxiety response is really intended to keep us safe. So one thing that really helps is just tell yourself that I'm safe. Your body's worried that you're not. Just like you would assure your mother or somebody else, like, are you okay? Fine? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm safe. Just do that same thing with yourself, because you also love you and you're also checking in on you frequently. So just tell you, I'm fine. There's no need to worry about me right now. I'm doing what I need to do. I like to give myself permissions. What can you give yourself permission for? I give myself permission to be okay in this moment. I am safe. And no matter what happens, I got me. No matter what happens. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for tuning in to Gray's Mindset, and I hope you have a wonderful day.